I never thought I'd be the guy staring down a suburban warlord named Karen Simmons over a mailbox she defaced with neon orange spray paint screaming and no compliant, only to find a $200 fine taped to my door for visual assault on her precious turf. Meet Jake Callahan, a guy who's dodged bullets and unraveled lies in war zones, now neck-deep in a rural nightmare that's got me questioning my sanity. Before I continue the story, write a comment below. Where are you watching from? Like if you want to constantly win in any conflicts. 2 years back, I swapped the city's concrete jungle for a sprawling ranch in Willow Creek, Tennessee, a postcard of rolling green hills, a barn that groans in the wind, and my golden retriever Duke, who's less a pet and more my four-legged shrink. I'd clocked a decade in military intel, sniffing out double crosses and ducking danger, so I figured a quiet country life would be my reward. A little fishing, some porch sitting, maybe a cold beer at sunset. Sounds idyllic, right? Nope. I didn't bank on Karen, the perm-crowned dictator with eyes like daggers and a smile so forced it could crack glass, running a rogue homeowners association that's got no business existing. It all ignited on a muggy Tuesday. I'm out front, sweat dripping down my neck, wrestling a rusty porch swing into place, finally making this fixer-upper feel like home. Then I hear it, the high-pitched whine of a golf cart tearing up my gravel drive. Not a truck, not a tractor, a freaking golf cart. Like we're in some gated McMansion maze instead of a backwoods nowhere. Out steps Karen, her floral blouse clashing with the snarl on her face, clutching a binder thicker than my old field manual. "Mr. Callahan," she purrs, venom dripping from every syllable, "we maintain standards in Willow Creek. Your grass is a disgrace. 3 inches over regulation, and that mailbox? It's 2 shades off approved beige. Fix it, or face the consequences." I choke out a laugh, thinking she's kidding. Her lips tighten into a razor-thin line. Oh, she's serious. Dead serious. That's when I realize I've stepped into a hornet's nest with a clipboard. The next week, I wake up to my mailbox looking like a reject from a rave, blinding orange paint screaming her petty wrath for all to see. I grab a scraper, cursing under my breath, and strip it bare, but Karen's just getting warmed up. She starts staking out my place like a hawk, parked across the road in that ridiculous cart, binoculars catching the sun as she jots notes in a little black book. I'm flipping burgers on the grill one evening, Duke sprawled at my feet, and I catch her glaring, like I'm smuggling state secrets instead of charring patties. Then the fines hit. A crumpled envelope stuffed in my screen door. $50 for excessive weed growth. I've got dandelions. Sue me. $75 for unauthorized pet noise. Duke barked at a rabbit. I toss them in the trash, figuring she'll tire herself out. Wrong again. One bleary morning, I stumble onto my porch, coffee in hand, and nearly drop it. A notice of inspection is taped to my door, bold letters claiming the Willow Creek HOA, her little fantasy empire, has the right to assess my property next week. My blood runs hot. I storm to the county office that afternoon, flipping through dusty records until my eyes are raw. The verdict? No HOAs registered here. Not a scrap of paperwork, no charter, nothing, just Karen and her posse of busybodies playing sheriff in a lawless land. I'm fuming, but I'm not dumb. I've got a hunch she's not just a nut with a power trip, so I start digging. Old instincts flare up. I'm back in intel mode. A few late nights with coffee and a laptop, and I uncover gold. Karen's name pops up tied to a shady LLC that's been snatching up cheap land around Willow Creek faster than you can say foreclosure. Coincidence? Hardly. While I'm connecting dots, she's ramping up her game. I catch wind of her emergency meetings at the diner down the road, her voice slicing through the night air as I linger by an open window. Callahan's a loose cannon. If he won't bend, we'll make him wish he'd never set foot here. Her cronies nod like she's preaching gospel. My jaw clenches so hard my teeth ache. Then Duke disappears. My heart stops when I call his name and get nothing but silence. No jingle of his collar, no thump of his paws on the porch. I tear through the property, panic clawing my throat, until I find him an hour later, locked in a rusty kennel behind Karen's shed, whining, his big brown eyes pleading through the bars. I scoop him up, his fur damp with fear, and carry him home, rage boiling so fierce I can taste it. No fingerprints, no proof, just her smug little grin when I pass her cart the next day, like she's daring me to snap. I don't. I've got discipline forged in chaos. I know revenge needs evidence, not impulse. So I turn the tables. I start watching her. Night after night, I'm perched by my window, binoculars of my own, tracking that golf cart as it zips down back roads to shadowy rendezvous. Slick suits and shiny sedans meet her under flickering streetlights, voices low, envelopes changing hands. My ranch isn't just her punching bag. It's a cog in something bigger, something rotten. I'm not just fighting a nosy neighbor anymore. I'm peeling back a conspiracy, and I'm too stubborn to back down now. So there I am, Jake Callahan, ex-intel grunt turned accidental crusader, staring at Karen Simmons's golf cart vanishing into the Tennessee dusk, my gut screaming that this isn't just about beige mailboxes anymore, it's a chess game. And I'm one move from checkmate. Duke snoozing by my feet, safe now, but every time I close my eyes, I see him trapped in that kennel, and my fist itch to smash something. Preferably Karen's smug face. But I've got a brain wired for strategy, not tantrums, so I lean into what I know. Recon, evidence, and a little old-fashioned spite. First, I need allies. I head to the Rusty Spoon, Willow Creek's greasy diner where locals trade gossip over burnt coffee. I slide into a cracked vinyl booth, nursing a mug, and eavesdrop on the regulars, salt-of-the-earth folks who've got no love for Karen's reign of terror. There's Sarah Miller, a wiry farmer with a laugh like a shotgun blast, griping about Karen fining her for a non-regulation chicken coop. Next to her, Tom Reynolds, a grizzled mechanic, mutters about a $100 hit for parking his truck too close to the road. She's a vulture in pearls, Sarah spits, and I can't help but grin. I lean over, casual as can be. She ever mention an LLC? Something buying up land. Their eyes narrow. Bingo. Sarah's voice drops. Heard she's cozy with some suits. Big money. Why you asking? I shrug, playing dumb. Just curious. But I've got my first thread to pull. Back home, I'm a man possessed. My kitchen table's a war zone, laptop glowing, maps sprawled out, coffee cups piling up like casualties. I trace that LLC, Crestwood Holdings, through a maze of shell companies. It's slick, buried under layers of legalese, but I've cracked tougher codes and sandstorms. Turns out Crestwood's been snagging properties here for peanuts, foreclosures, tax sales, old folks strong-armed into selling. My ranch pops up on their radar too, a pending acquisition, note dated 3 months after I moved in. My pulse hammers. Karen's not just a petty tyrant, she's a cog in a machine that wants my land, my home, my slice of peace. Meanwhile, she's turning up the heat. I wake up to my front yard plastered with neon flyers, notice of noncompliance, J. Callahan, delinquent dues, for $150. Dues for what? Her imaginary kingdom? I'm livid, ripping them down as neighbors gawk from their porches. Then the inspections start. Karen and her lackey, a twitchy guy named Greg with a clipboard and a comb-over, strut onto my property uninvited. We're documenting violations, she chirps, snapping photos of my barn like it's a crime scene. I storm out, voice low and sharp. You've got 5 seconds to get off my land before I call the sheriff. She smirks, and saunters off, but not before Greg accidentally kicks over Duke's water bowl. I'm seeing red, but I hold it together. Barely. That night, I tail her. She's zipping down a back road, headlights off, and I'm creeping behind in my truck, lights dimmed, heart pounding like a war drum. She pulls into an old grain silo lot, abandoned, or so I thought. 2 black SUVs are waiting, engines idling. I park a quarter mile off, grab my binoculars, and watch. Karen hops out, all business, shaking hands with a guy in a suit so crisp it screams money. They're swapping folders, gesturing at maps, and I catch her say, Callahan's a problem, speed it up. My name. On her lips. In this meeting. I snap blurry pics with my phone, adrenaline surging. This isn't HOA nonsense, it's a land grab, and I'm the last domino standing. I need more. Next day, I hit the county assessor's office, charming a board clerk named Emily into pulling records. She's got a soft spot for Duke. I brought him along, wagging his tail like a pro. Crestwood's been busy, she says, sliding me a stack of deeds. Half the valley's theirs now. I spot my address flagged, marked priority. My stomach twists. Back home, I cross-reference dates. Every fine or violation from Karen lines up with Crestwood's moves. It's a playbook. Harass, intimidate, force a sale. And I'm their next target. Karen's not done, though. I'm grilling steaks that evening, Duke gnawing a bone, when my phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. Pay up or pack up, Callahan. No signature, but I can smell her floral perfume through the screen. I slam the phone down, chest tight, and glance at Duke. We're not running, buddy, I mutter. He thumps his tail like he gets it. Maybe he does. I'm in too deep now. Karen's not just a nosy neighbor. She's a puppet for something bigger, and I've got the skills to cut her strings. But first, I need proof that'll stick, and I'm damn well gonna find it. I'm Jake Callahan, and I've got a gnawing feeling that Karen Simmons and her golf cart mafia aren't just after my ranch. They're playing a game I used to run in darker corners of the world, and I'm not about to let them win. That text, pay up or pack up, is burning a hole in my pocket, and Duke's pacing the porch like he smells the storm brewing. I'm not sleeping much. My brain's a live wire, sparking with every new clue, every smug glance Karen throws my way. This isn't just a petty feud anymore. It's personal, and I'm all in. I start with the diner crew. Sarah Miller's my first stop. She's out by her coop, feeding chickens that cluck like they're plotting a coup of their own. Karen's been nosing around my place too, she says, tossing corn with a scowl. Find me $200 for unapproved fencing. I'm 2 acres from the road. I tell her about Crestwood Holdings, the land grabs, the suits. Her eyes flash. My cousin sold last year, said some lawyer kept calling, pushing him out. Thought it was just bad luck. I shake my head. It's a pattern, Sarah. They're squeezing us dry. She nods, fierce. Count me in, Callahan. I've got a pitchfork and a grudge. Tom Reynolds signs on too, over a beer at the Rusty Spoon, his truck still stinging from Karen's fines. She's a leech, he growls. Let's bleed her back. I've got a posse now, and it feels good. Back home, I'm digging deeper into Crestwood. My laptop's a battlefield. Tabs open to property records, tax liens, anything I can scrape from public databases. I've got a hunch this reeks of something I've seen before, government-backed land schemes masked as private deals. I call an old intel buddy, Mike Torres, who's still got clearance and a soft spot for me. Jake, you're paranoid, he laughs through the line, but I hear him typing. Crestwood Holdings, huh. Ties to a federal rural development grant. Strings lead to DC, some pilot program. You sure you're not stirring a hornet's nest? My jaw tightens. Too late for that, Mike. Just tell me who's holding the stick. He promises to dig and hangs up. I'm pacing now, Duke whining at my heels. Federal? That's a gut punch. I worked those programs years ago, funneling cash to revitalize nowhere towns. Did I plant the seeds for this mess? Karen's not slowing down. She's got Greg the comb-over and a new lackey, a wiry woman named Linda with a clipboard and a permanent sneer, patrolling my fence line daily. They're snapping pics, muttering about structural concerns. I catch Greg tossing a rock at Duke one afternoon. It misses, but my dog yelps and bolts inside. I'm out the door in seconds, voice like thunder. Touch him again, and you'll regret it. Linda smirks, but Greg scurries off. Karen's waiting by her cart, arms crossed. You're making this harder than it needs to be, Jake, she says, all fake pity. Pay the dues, follow the rules, and we're golden. I step closer, eyes locked. There's no HOA, Karen. You're a fraud, and I'm proving it. Her mask slips, just a flicker of panic, before she spins away. I've rattled her. That night, I'm back on her tail. She's meeting the suits again, same silo lot, but this time I've got a cheap recorder from the gas station rigged to my phone. I'm crouched in the brush, thorns snagging my jeans, catching snippets, Callahan's digging. Need him out now. Escalate the pressure. My name again. My hands shake as I snap more pics, blurry faces, license plates. I'm sweating, pulse racing. This is bigger than Willow Creek. Back home, I upload everything to a cloud drive, paranoia kicking in. If they're this spooked, I'm close. Next morning, Sarah calls, voice tight. They hit my barn with a condemned notice, some county guy I've never seen. Said it's unsafe. It's solid as a rock, Jake. I'm there in 20 minutes, staring at a yellow sticker slapped on her door. Tom's truck gets towed that afternoon. Karen's crew claims it's abandoned. My allies are bleeding, and I'm next. I storm the assessor's office again. Emily's wide-eyed as I slam deeds on her desk. Who's signing off on this? She stammers, new guy from out of town. Crestwood's got pull, Jake. I'm seething, but I think her Duke's charm gets us a photocopy of the notice. By dusk, I'm grilling intel from Mike over the phone. That grant's a front, he says, voice low. Tied to a land consolidation push, rural control, federal dollars. Your Karen's a hired gun. I freeze. I helped build those programs, classified ops to stabilize regions. Now they're eating my backyard. I hang up, staring at Duke. We're not just fighting a Karen, I mutter. He tilts his head, loyal as ever. She's a pawn, but I'm no rookie. I've got moves left, and I'm about to flip this board upside down. I'm Jake Callahan, and I'm done playing defense. Karen Simmons and her puppet masters have poked the wrong bear, and now I'm clawing back with everything I've got. Duke sprawled on the rug, oblivious to the war raging in my head, but I can still hear Sarah's voice cracking over that condemned barn notice, see Tom's fist balled up as his truck vanished on a tow hook. My ranch is next, and I'm not just fighting for me anymore. It's for them, for Duke, for every inch of dirt these vultures want to steal. I've got a fire in my chest that won't quit, and it's about to burn this whole charade to the ground. I start with the evidence. My kitchen's a command center, photos from the silo meetup pinned to a corkboard, recorder audio transcribed on a legal pad, Crestwood deeds stacked like a house of cards ready to topple. Mike's intel about that federal grant gnaws at me. I helped craft those ops, funneled cash to secure rural zones, never dreaming they'd turn on me like a rabid dog. I call him again, pacing so hard the floor creaks. Mike, I need names. Who's pulling strings in D.C.? He sighs, static crackling. You're in deep, Jake. Grant's tied to a guy named Victor Hensley, ex-DOD, now a consultant. Likes his suits expensive and his ethics loose. Watch your back. Hensley. The name's a shard of ice down my spine. I briefed him once, years ago. Smarmy bastard. Now he's sicking Karen on me? Game's getting personal. Karen's not waiting around. I'm out fixing a fence post when her golf cart screeches up, Greg and Linda flanking her like bargain bin bodyguards. She's waving a new notice, eviction warning, 30 days, stamped with some county seal I've never seen. You're a blight, Callahan, she snaps, eyes glinting with glee. Non-payment of dues, multiple violations, time's up. I snatch the paper, scanning it, bogus charges, forged dates. This is fake, Karen, and you know it. She shrugs, smug as ever. Prove it in court. Oh, wait, lawyers cost money. Greg snickers. Linda snaps a pic of my unapproved fence. I'm shaking, not from fear, pure, molten rage. You're digging your own grave, I growl. She just laughs and peels off. Duke barks after her, and I swear he's got my back. I rally the troops. Sarah's barn is padlocked now. A county truck idling nearby, some goon in a polo shirt claims its safety protocol. She's spitting mad, kicking dirt. They're starving my chickens, Jake. Tom's at the diner, nursing a coffee, his tow bill at $300 and climbing. Karen's got the sheriff in her pocket, he mutters. Saw him at her place yesterday. I slam my fist on the table, dishes rattle. Then we hit harder. I've got proof she's a front for Crestwood, tied to feds. We expose her, they scatter. Sarah's eyes light up. I've got a cousin with a printer, flyers, notices, the works. Tom grins. And I've got a CB radio. Word'll spread. We're a ragtag army, but we're moving. That night, I'm back in the shadows, tailing Karen to another meetup. Different spot, an old quarry, gravel crunching under my boots as I sneak close. She's with Suit Guy again, voice sharp. Callahan's got friends now, shut it down fast. He nods, hands her a thick envelope. I'm recording, hard hammering, when a twig snaps under my foot. They freeze. I duck behind a rock, breath held. Suit Guy scans the dark, then shrugs. Hurry it up, he barks, and they split. I've got audio gold, but my pulse won't quit. Too close. Next day, retaliation hits. My well pump's busted. Someone sliced the line overnight. No water, no proof, but Karen's cart rolls by at dawn, her smirk a neon sign. I'm hauling buckets from the creek, cursing. When Sarah calls, they cut my power, billing error, they say. Tom's shop gets a surprise health inspection closed for 48 hours. We're under siege, and I'm boiling. I storm the assessor's office. Emily's pale, whispering, they're watching me, Jake, be careful. She slips me a memo. Hensley's signature, ordering accelerated enforcement in Willow Creek. My past a ghost, haunting me with every step. I'm not breaking, though. Back home, I rig a generator, get water flowing, Duke slapping it up like a champ. Sarah's printing flyers, save Willow Creek, stop the land grab. Tom's on the radio, voice crackling across the valley. Karen's a liar, fight back. Neighbors start whispering, then shouting, Karen's grip slipping. I upload my silo pics and audio to a burner site, emailing Mike. Leak this if I go dark. My hands shake as I hit send. I'm poking a dragon, and I know it. But I glance at Duke, snoring peacefully, and mutter, we're not losing. But Karen's a pawn, Hensley's a kingpin, and I'm about to flip this chessboard into next week. I'm Jake Callahan, and I'm one heartbeat from either cracking this conspiracy wide open or getting buried under it. Karen Simmons and her Crestwood cronies have turned Willow Creek into a battlefield, and I'm running on fumes, fury, and a promise to Duke that we're not bowing out. My ranch is a fortress now, generator humming, flyers stacked like ammo, burner phone buzzing with Mike's cryptic updates. But every creak in the night has me gripping a flashlight like it's a lifeline. I'm not just fighting for my land anymore. It's for Sarah's chickens, Tom's shop, every soul Karen's trampled. And I'm damn close to ending her game. The valley's waking up. Sarah's flyers are everywhere, taped to lampposts, stuffed in mailboxes, fluttering down Main Street like rebel confetti. Stop the land grab, Karen's a fraud. Tom's CB chatters got truckers and farmers buzzing. I hear Callahan's right crackling through static at the diner. Neighbors I've never met are knocking, wide-eyed, clutching finds they thought were legit. She said my porch was hazardous, gripes an old guy named Hank, waving a $150 ticket. Porch is fine, her head's the hazard, I snort, and he laughs. We're a spark turning into a wildfire, and Karen's sweating, I can feel it. She doubles down hard. I'm hauling creek water, still no pump, when her golf cart roars up, trailed by a county truck. Out steps a slick-haired jerk in a cheap suit, badge gleaming, Inspector Davies, code enforcement. He slaps a cease and desist order on my barn, claiming it's unpermitted. Build it myself, permits filed last year. I snap, but he's got that greased palm grin. Karen's hovering, smug as a cat with a mouse. You're a squatter now, Jake, she chirps. Leave, or we'll make you. I'm trembling, not with fear, rage so hot it's blinding. You're a liar, and I've got proof, I hiss. Davies blinks, Karen's smile twitches. They peel out, but I know they're rattled. Mike's call that night is a lifeline. Hensley spooked, he says, voice low. Your audio's circulating, DC's whispering. He's pushing Crestwood to wrap Willow Creek fast. I pace, Duke shadowing me. Got a face for suit guy? Mike hesitates. Yeah, Paul Grayson, Hensley's fixer. Ex-CIA, dirty as they come. Watch yourself, Jake. They don't play nice. My stomach lurches. Grayson's a ghost from my past, a guy I caught skimming ops funds. He's here, in my backyard, pulling Karen's strings. This isn't just business, it's revenge. Next morning, Sarah's at my door, face ashen. They took my coupe, county hauled it off, said it's evidence of violations. She's shaking. I pull her inside. Tom's shop got padlocked, fire hazard. We're losing, Jake. I slam a fist on the table. No, we're not, they're panicking. We've got him scared. I show her the recorder audio, Grayson's voice barking orders. Her jaw sets. Let's blast it. Tom's there an hour later, rigging his CB to loop the clip. Callahan's a problem. Escalate. It's live across the valley by noon. Folks are livid, honking horns, crowding the diner. Karen's empire's cracking. She hits back dirty. That afternoon, I find Duke limping. Someone tossed glass in my yard, a shard in his paw. I'm on my knees, pulling it out, his wine shredding my heart. I'm sorry, buddy, I choke, tears burning. No proof it's her, but I see her cart idling down the road, her silhouette a taunt. I'm shaking, stitching him up, when my phone pings, another text, last chance, Callahan. My blood's lava. I'm ready to storm her house, evidence be damned. But Sarah grabs my arm. We've got a rally tonight, diner lot. Use this. I nod, swallowing rage. She's right, emotion's my weapon now. The rally's chaos, 50 folks, maybe more, clutching flyers, shouting over Tom's megaphone. I take the mic, voice raw. Karen's a puppet, Crestwood's stealing our homes, and I've got the tapes to prove it. Cheers erupt. I play the audio, Grayson's growl echoing. Hank yells, sue the bastards. Sarah's passing out petition forms, hundreds sign. I spot Karen's card on the fringe, her face a mask of fury. She knows she's losing the crowd. I'm buzzing, alive, until headlights flare. 2 SUVs roll in, Grayson's lanky frame stepping out, staring me down. My gut twists, he recognizes me too. Callahan, he calls, voice silk and steel. You should have stayed gone. The crowd hushes. I grin, feral. You should have picked an easier mark. Back home, Duke's curled up, paw bandaged, and I'm wired. Grayson's here, Hensley's circling, and Karen's flailing. I upload everything, audio, pics, deeds, to a public drive, emailing Mike. Drop it all if I blink. I'm a target now, but I'm not alone. The valley's roaring, and I'm riding the wave. Karen's a cornered rat, and I'm about to spring the trap. I'm Jake Callahan, and I'm standing in the eye of a storm I kicked up. Karen Simmons' empire is crumbling, Paul Grayson's glaring daggers, and Willow Creek's roaring like a beast unleashed. Duke's at my side, pole wrapped but tail thumping, my anchor in this chaos. I've got a crowd behind me, audio proof blaring, and a federal ghost from my past ready to bury me, but I'm not blinking. This ends now, and I'm swinging for the fences. The diner lot rallies a powder keg. 50 voices swell to 100. Farmers, retirees, even the gas station clerk, waving Sarah's flyers, chanting no more fines. I'm on a makeshift stage, Tom's megaphone crackling as I lay it bare. Crestwood's a land grab, Karen's their lapdog, and Grayson's the muscle. They're scared because we've got proof. I hit play, Grayson's voice snarls through the night. Shut it down fast. The crowd erupts, fist pumping. Hank's hollering, jail, M. Sarah's grinning, passing petitions, signatures pile up like bricks in a wall Karen can't climb. I spot her by her cart, face white. Then Grayson steps closer, his smirk ablade. You're out of moves, Callahan, he says, loud enough for the front row. I laugh, sharp. Funny, I'm just getting started. Next morning, it's war. Sheriff's deputies, Karen's lapdogs, roll in, citing public disturbance, but the crowd won't budge. Tom's on the CB, calling reinforcements, trucks clog the road, horns blaring. Sarah's cousin's printer spits a fresh batch. Expose Crestwood. Save our homes. I'm everywhere, shaking hands, dodging Grayson's stare, uploading new clips online. By noon, the site's viral, thousands of hits, comments flooding. Willow Creek's fighting back. Karen's frantic, barking at Greg and Linda, who scurry like rats. Then the hammer drops. Mike texts, DC's pulling Hensley and audios on a whistleblower desk. Grayson's cut loose. My chest tightens, victory's close, but Grayson's a loose cannon. He corners me that afternoon, behind the diner, breath sour with panic. You think you've won, Callahan? Hensley's a symptom, this system's bigger than us. I shove him off, voice steel. Then why's Karen crying and you're sweating? He lunges, pure instinct, but I sidestep, years of training kicking in. He stumbles, glares, then bolts to an SUV and peels out. I'm shaking, adrenaline singing. Grayson's gone, but his words echo. System's bigger. I shove it down. No time for ghosts. Karen's last stand is pathetic. Evening hits, and she's at my gate, alone, cart sputtering. Call it off, Jake, she pleads, voice cracking. I'll drop the fines, the notices, everything. Her perm's a mess, eyes wild. I almost pity her. Almost. Too late, I say, cold. You picked the wrong fight. She slumps, defeated, and rolls off. By nightfall, the county backs off. Sarah's coop's returned. Tom's shop's unlocked. My barn's clear. Petitions hit the governor's desk. Crestwood's name's mud online. The valley's ours again. I'm on my porch at dawn. Duke snoring beside me, coffee steaming. We won. Karen's a pariah. Grayson's a fugitive. Hensley's toast. Neighbors wave, grinning. Sarah drops off eggs. Tom a beer. But Grayson's warning gnaws at me. I dig into old files, my ops, those grants. Rural control wasn't a one-off. It's a blueprint, still active, tentacles stretching beyond Willow Creek. I beat the pawn, maybe the knight, but the king's out there, watching. I mutter to Duke, we're not done, are we? He thumps his tail, my soldier. So here's the kicker, folks. We took down a Karen and her overlords, but the fight's not over. I'm still here, still digging, because if I don't, who will? Drop a comment. Ever faced a Karen who'd sell your soul for a dime? Subscribe if you're with me. This valley's safe, but the war's just begun. Let's keep the fire burning.